In a world ruled by flashy Netflix originals, these creators took a different path, less glamorous, more mysterious, yet incredibly effective. Here are 5 faceless YouTubers whose anonymity and unique style built massive followings. Let's start with one of the most bizarre names on YouTube, HowToBasic.
Did you know the average toothbrush contains 10 million germs? And you're putting them in your mouth every single day. I'm going to show you how to remove 99.9% of germs and bacteria from your toothbrush in a matter of minutes.
On paper, this channel shouldn't make sense. It's supposed to be a how-to tutorial page, but every single video collapses into chaos. Once you click on a recipe tutorial, and within seconds it turns into a disaster zone. Eggs flying, food splattering, random destruction everywhere. No face, no voice. Just pure absurdity, and that's what makes it brilliant. With over 17 million subscribers and nearly 4 billion views, this anonymous Australian creator has turned nonsense into an empire. To put that into perspective, Netflix's The Queen's Gambit attracted around 62 million households, and Squid Game hit roughly 265 million views globally. That means a faceless guy with a carton of eggs is pulling in the same scale of attention as Netflix's most successful series.
An egg and carefully crack the egg.
Alright, that was a lot of eggs. You see, the magic behind HowToBasic is simple. It flips expectations. Every video starts normally, then explodes into something unpredictable. It's a pattern the internet never gets tired of. The creator never speaks, never reveals himself, and never breaks character. The mystery becomes part of the comedy. That faceless chaos has become his identity. While Netflix depends on tight scripts and big production design, HowToBasic proves that you can entertain millions with zero dialogue, no special effects, and complete anonymity. For storytellers, the takeaway is powerful. Mystery and surprise can outperform predictability. You don't need to show your face to hold attention. You just need to keep people guessing what happens next. Alright, let's jump to one of the biggest brain rot blow-ups of 2024, Skibidi Toilet.
But I can't remember a time before the invasion. Before the machines joined the fight. If I hear the song, I have to cover my ears. I hate
A bizarre, looping fever dream created by the YouTube channel DafuqBoom. What started as a weird meme animation turned into a full-blown internet takeover. Imagine a world where toilets have faces, humans live inside cameras, and wars are fought with dubstep-based drops instead of bullets. That's the Skibidi universe. Loud, chaotic, and completely unhinged. You see, DafuqBoom didn't just upload videos. He built a digital apocalypse powered by madness. Each episode throws you straight into battle, flying toilets screaming, cameramen fighting for survival, and an endless war that somehow keeps evolving with real lore. It's nonsense that makes too much sense. The editing is fast, the pacing is wild, and every frame feels like a chaotic punchline. What's crazy is how massive it got. Billions of views, millions of fans, and an entire subculture built around something that looks like a meme gone too far. Kids quote it, adults analyze it, and animators try to decode how one guy managed to beat half of Netflix's viewership with talking toilets. DafuqBoom's genius lies in turning absurdity into art, blending low-poly animation, meme music, and fast-cut storytelling into something hypnotic. If you take a deep look at its core, Skibidi Toilet is the internet's reflection. Random, hilarious, slightly horrifying, and impossible to ignore. It doesn't need logic or depth, it thrives on pure chaos. Now next we have Corp's husband, and if HowToBasic is mystery through absurdity,
just click ready when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Is there one
So
killer
one
or
of us
two?
is the
Oh,
killer.
there's-
Just one killer, that's it.
It could
Is it
be any
random?
one of us.
All right, let's go!
How do I ready
You
up?
press the
Oh,
ready
Big
button.
red button on the right.
Big red ready button.
got it.
Corp's is mystery through presence, or rather the lack of it. His voice alone became an internet phenomenon, deep, haunting, and almost cinematic. It gave his horror narrations and gaming videos a tone no one could replicate. He rarely appeared live, never revealed his face, yet managed to build a massive audience. His channel crossed 8 million subscribers, while his songs gathered hundreds of millions of streams on Spotify. Compare that with Netflix's horror series The Haunting of Hill House, which reached about 22 million households. Corpse, a single man recording from his room, managed to match the cultural impact of a multi-million-dollar production. His fans didn't just listen to his stories, they built an entire myth around him. The unknown face turned him into a symbol, mysterious, relatable, and fascinating all at once. That's something Netflix can't replicate because their actors and characters are exposed. Corpse kept his image hidden, and that gave people space to imagine him however they wanted. His anonymity became his storytelling weapon. People didn't just tune in for what he said, but for how it felt to hear him say it. In a way, he turned suspense into a personality. While Netflix shows rely on jump scares and visual tension, Corpse created the same intensity through voice alone. For creators, that's a masterclass in atmosphere. You don't always need visuals to make people feel something. Sometimes silence, tone, and mystery can do what even high-budget thrillers can't. Moving on to London, Lazy Masquerade adds a whole new layer to this faceless phenomenon. His channel doesn't rely on chaos or shock. Instead, it's built on storytelling. Take a look. I mean, it's not something too intriguing. The key is the way he narrates real unsolved mysteries, disturbing internet cases, and dark stories from around the world. His tone is calm, almost elegant, which makes the horror feel more real. With around 2 million subscribers and hundreds of millions of views, Lazy Masquerade has become one of the most respected faceless narrators on YouTube. When you compare him to Netflix's true crime hits like Don't Fuck with Cats or The Watcher, the difference is clear. Netflix gives you dramatized recreations, flashy editing, actors, and background music. Lazy Masquerade gives you minimalism, a voice, an image, and a mood. And it works. People keep coming back because it feels personal, like a friend telling you a scary story in the dark. One of his most watched videos crossed 10 million views, a number that Netflix often needs a full global marketing campaign to reach. What makes Lazy Masquerade special is how timeless his content is. Netflix shows fade after a season, but his episodes stay alive for years because they feed curiosity, not trends. You don't binge them once, you rewatch them when you want that eerie comfort again. The name Lazy Masquerade itself adds mystery. It hides his real identity behind a character that exists only through voice. He proves that when storytelling is done right, anonymity doesn't limit you, it amplifies the experience. For any storyteller, the lesson is obvious. Audiences care more about what you say than who says it. Then we have the Headless YouTuber, a creator from Ghana who took anonymity and made it his identity. His name alone, Headless, sets the tone. For years, no one knew who he was. He covered trending topics, cultural commentary, and social issues without ever showing his face. While his subscriber count sits in the hundreds of thousands, his videos regularly pull in huge engagement. And when you look at his impact within the African and diaspora communities, it mirrors how Netflix's regional hits perform. His content resonates locally, but reaches globally, something most big streaming platforms struggle to achieve. The beauty of his approach is that it breaks the celebrity barrier. By staying unseen, he became more relatable. The anonymity gave him the freedom to say what many couldn't, without the distractions of fame or image. In a digital world obsessed with faces, filters, and self-branding, Headless YouTuber proved that authenticity still wins. Netflix thrives on big names and recognizability, but Headless thrives on the idea that anyone, even someone unseen, can have a voice that matters. For creators, it's a reminder that hiding the storyteller can sometimes make the story itself louder. And finally, there's Anonymous Official, the digital ghost that turned secrecy into a full-fledged movement. This channel claims to represent the global hacker collective Anonymous, known for its iconic masks, robotic voice, and messages about corruption and justice. Whether or not the creators are truly linked to the group doesn't even matter anymore. The mystery has become the brand. With millions of subscribers and videos crossing tens of millions of views, Anonymous Official runs more like a digital event than a normal channel. Every upload feels like a warning, a revelation, or a code to decode. Compare that to Netflix documentaries like The Great Hack or Cyber Hell, both of which explore online secrecy and digital activism. Those shows were well made and well received, yet they came and went. Anonymous Official stays. People rewatch its videos, dissect its clues, and treat the channel like an ongoing mystery series. That's because anonymity, in this case, isn't just a style, it's a story that never ends. Every robotic voice, every cryptic message, message, and every black and white mask feeds into a myth bigger than any individual. Netflix gives you fiction that tries to feel real. Anonymous Official gives you reality that feels like fiction, and that's what keeps viewers hooked. The interesting part is that all these creators, HowToBasic, Corpse Husband, Lazy Masquerade, the Headless YouTuber, and Anonymous Official thrive on the same principle. Curiosity never dies. Netflix shows often peak when they release, dominate the internet for a few weeks, and then fade until the next trend arrives. But these YouTubers live in people's minds long term. Their mystery keeps conversations alive. Fans speculate, discuss, and revisit their content repeatedly. That rewatchability gives them staying power even blockbuster series struggle to maintain. Statistically, it's not even a stretch to say they've matched Netflix's scale. HowToBasic alone has billions of views, roughly equivalent to the total global viewership of multiple Netflix seasons combined. Corpse Husband's music and YouTube reach cross over 1 billion plays. Lazy Masquerade's archive adds up to hundreds of millions of viewing hours, rivaling true crime series that took entire production teams to create. Even smaller names like Headless YouTuber maintain engagement rates that rival the completion rates of professional shows. An Anonymous Official's presence as a digital myth gives it a cultural footprint no streaming documentary can replicate. But beyond numbers, their real win is emotional. Netflix offers escapism, a finished story you consume and move on from. These mysterious creators offer connection. Their anonymity turns them into blank canvases for the audience's imagination. You don't see who they are, so you project yourself into their world. You become part of the story. Whether it's HowToBasic's chaos, Corpse's haunting voice, Lazy Masquerade's quiet tension, Headless's perspective, or Anonymous Official's cryptic activism, you feel involved. In the end, that's how they've beaten Netflix, not just in views, but in impact. They turned facelessness into art, curiosity into marketing, and mystery into loyalty. They proved that you don't need fame or a production team to be unforgettable. In an age where everyone wants to be seen, these creators found power in staying unseen. Their success is proof that mystery still sells, and sometimes it sells better than a streaming giant ever could. So which one do you think deserves their own Netflix deal? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.